9 underrated pieces of gear for photographers and videographers. Number 1 on my list is the power bank. Especially if you've got ones with multiple ports. Power banks are relatively inexpensive. It's a great way to recharge not only your phones, but small external monitors, small external lights, GoPros, heck, even some of the mirrorless cameras that don't have a lot of draw can get a little bit of a battery boost out of having a power bank. Great to have on location, especially if you're like me and you do a lot of work outside. Number 2, the permanent marker. I like to carry silver and black so I can mark light or dark surfaces, and then I usually also carry a couple different colors so I can make different reference points on the same piece of tape. And number 3, gear ties or cable ties. Some people prefer using like a permanent zip tie or wire cable ties. I really like these reusable bongo ties. I also use quite a few of these Velcro repositionable ties for my gear. Really helps to keep everything organized, saves you time on location. Number 4 is kind of a big one, and that's the sandbag. This one weighs about 25 pounds. Super critical that you keep your tripods and your light stands weighted. 1, so you're not breaking any gear, and 2, so nobody's getting injured on set or on location. Definitely get some sandbags if you don't have them. Number 5, padded cases. I use this small one for my CF Express cards. These suckers are really expensive. I really need to ensure that they don't get bent or dinged up. This little bit bigger one is meant for external hard drives. I have a pretty expensive card reader here, so I use that to ensure that this doesn't get worn out prematurely, and I also like that it has a little pouch for the cables up above. It's easily worth $6 to $10 to protect those investments. Number 6, external drives. Back up your photos, back up your footage. It doesn't matter how great your work is if you lose the files. Keep multiple backups on multiple drives. And I would even recommend that you move to solid state drives as they're more reliable. And here you can see I've even used my own tip from number 5, and I put my drive in a padded case combined with the cables, keeps everything together, keeps it secure, water resistant. Number 7, the multi-tool. Some people prefer the Leatherman or the Swiss Army knife. This little guy is from Small Rig, and this tool is actually meant for photographers and videographers. It has all of the common fittings, Phillips heads, Allen key, Torx bit, and even like a flat blade here for your tripod screws, for your plates. This is a super handy tool. They fold up really compact. I try to always keep one in my different camera bags, and I try to keep one in the studio as well. Number 8, gaff tape, also known as gaffer's tape. I like to carry some smaller rolls of neon colors. I use these for marking different pieces of gear or different cables. You can get some bigger widths in black and white. I use these commonly for taping down extension cords or audio cords. And what's really nice with gaffer's tape is it has a hold almost as strong as duct tape, but on a lot of flooring and carpeting, you usually don't leave residue behind it. It's not safe for all surfaces, but it typically does not leave that gray or white glue behind on flooring or on carpeting the way that duct tape does. So gaffer's tape, always great to have a roll of that in your bag. And number 9, thread adapters. These may be a little bit tough to see. This is a female adapter that adapts 2 male threads together. And you have the opposite, which is a male adapter, male to male. This adapts 2 female threads together. There's also a number of different combinations of adapting different sized threads. A very common one that I seem to never have enough of is a 1/4-20 to 3/8 adapter. So this takes anything that's 1/4-20 thread and adapts it into a 3/8 thread. Very common for microphone mounts, camera plates, camera mounts. Super handy to have these little guys around. They're relatively inexpensive, but I never seem to have enough of them. I always seem to be missing these little 1/4-20 to 3/8 are always missing from my gear bag. If you have any specific questions or topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave that down below in the comments. Otherwise, stay tuned for more tips from Grit on branding and content creation.